Hello viewers, my name is Clover, and this is my video on the top 10 Fantasy USW Tag Teams that I think USW should do before Fernandez and Gringo end up defending their Unified USW Tag Team Championships again outside of the Bulletproof Series tournament. Now they have a while, hopefully, to kind of build their roster or their tag team division, and some fantasy tag teams I would really want to see. 10 tag teams I want to see are on this list, and I will talk to you about them. Number 10, Dwayne Porter and Alex Martin. Alex Martin is a high flyer. He can also be a powerhouse if needed. Dwayne Porter is a powerhouse and a high flyer. These two have great chemistry. Alex Martin is no longer a part of the Martin brothers. He also may not be a part of USW, which may exclude this tag team. But I think this would be a great pairing. I think you could have a real long time having them be Unified USW Tag Team Champions. I think once they join together, they can just wrestle a few matches and then automatically be in the title picture, because these two have a lot of experience. Alex Martin as a tag team in the tag team division, and Dwayne Porter in the singles competition, which also could help each other with Alex Martin being able to keep composure in a singles match when he has no one to tag in and catch a break. And Alex Martin can teach Dwayne Porter about tag team maneuvers and tag team specialties that are really only available in tag team matches. And these two can be a great pairing, and I would really want to see them as a USW tag team unit. Number 9, Dwayne Porter and Dustin Raymond. Alright, now this one I don't think can happen because Dustin Raymond is a bad guy. He's a heel. I don't know how long the Bulletproof Series will go on for. I don't know how long it will take USW to build a tag team division. And I also do not know how long Fernandez and Gringo will be able to hold the Unified USW Tag Team Championships until having to defend them. So I have no clue how much longer they have to build a tag team division. They may want to act quick. That's why I don't think Dustin Raymond and Dwayne Porter would work, because Raymond's a heel, Dwayne Porter is a face, and I think it would take a while for Dustin Raymond to become a face, and I don't think they have enough time for that. And they just moved him down to being a heel, so I don't think they would move him back up to a face anytime soon. But the reason I would want to see this is because they're both powerhouses. Dwayne Porter is a high flyer. Both of them are former blue belt champions. Both of them are good singles competitors, and when you put that together, you have a great tag team. Number 8, Yo-Yo Joe and Western Light. These two have rivaled since WOW. These two have both been a former USW World Heavyweight Champions. Yo-Yo Joe is kind of that powerhouse, that aggressive type brick wall, and Western Light is that dark, gothic, mythical gimmick type wrestler, and these two can work together very well in my mind, because they have every kind of opportunity in their path to be a singles wrestler or a singles performer. I think they can step up to the tag team division very soon, and I think the best possible way for USW to do it would be to pair them up in a tag team. Number 7, Cannon and Zach Hardy. These two have rivaled since 2010. They have been arch nemesis. The last time they faced off was on Wednesday Night Intensity a few months ago. The last championship match they had was when Zach Hardy won the USW Championship in a TLC match, Tables, Ladders, and Chairs match, which started off his 137-day reign. That was at USW Finals Chapter 2014. That was the final pay-per-view that these two faced off in. since then. And these two, they work better as a rivalry. I want to see them go into another rivalry. Zach Hardy's just having a bunch of different rivalries. He's gone with Alexander Rotten. He's had that rivalry. He's also had the rivalry with, let's see, who else? He had the rivalry with Weston Light. I think there was another rivalry that he had with, someone else I can't remember. Oh yeah, Morbid, there was one, and, there were a few others, and Zach Hardy's just in a bunch of different rivalries, and Cannon is in the Bulletproof series. That's why I do not think this tag team could work out by the time the tag team division can be filled out. But what I can see is that these two will power up at one point in time, because right now Zach Hardy is a face, and right now Cannon is a heel, and Cannon's been a heel for a while, which is different from Dustin Raymond, considering Raymond had just become a heel. Cannon's been a heel for a while, so it would be easier to build him up to a face because he's been heel for a while. He can change a few things and become a face, and become a tag team with Zach Hardy. He's also got a few other options that I'm going to tell you in this video, but these two will be able to pair up because Cannon, high flyer, powerhouse. Hardy, high flyer, powerhouse. But these two people have different of abilities because Cannon is also a technical wrestler. Zach Hardy is an energetic wrestler, and in my mind, these two can work really well together because when you have two people on a tag team that have the same abilities and are able to do it very well with at least one other ability different from each other's, that makes for a good tag team. Everybody who's great at wrestling and is knowledgeable at wrestling would know that. That's a great tag team. I don't think they'll have it before the tag team division should be straightened out, but I think they'll have it in the future at some point. Number 6, Prophecy and Indigo Child. Again, rivaled before. Their rivalry just suddenly died down out of nowhere, just kind of quietly died down. Indigo Child, again, heel. Prophecy, face. Indigo Child's been a heel for a while, which, not as long as Cannon, but he's been a heel as, long enough to make it easier to put him as a face. And this is a kind of tag team, whereas they're good singles competitors, but are also not as well known as, Zach Hardy, Cannon, Mojigata, Weston Light, Yo-Yo Joe, whereas they are at the top of the spot, so therefore they can be a great tag team and not have, be out of a major title picture out of nowhere. So I think this tag team could work out. I think there's rumor that they're trying to make Indigo Child face, but still we don't know about Prophecy, because if they release that much, then, they may be a little bit careful about what they say, so they may be planning, another rivalry, but with the performers switching the heel and faces gimmicks. Number 5, Weston Light and Cannon. Again, Weston Light, a mythical, dark, gimmick. Cannon, a high flyer and a powerhouse type gimmick with, somewhat of a mean streak at some points, but also very savvy when it comes to a match and when it comes to having the stakes be high or whatever. But these two have great in-ring presence as single competitors, and I think they can absolutely dominate the tag team division if they were to pair up. These two could be, considering Weston Light is not getting as much, notice as a singles competitor as he was back in February or March, and Cannon's also slowly dying down in the ranks. I think these two can become a tag team, considering they're both heels. Therefore, it would be great to have a heel tag team, and just like Switchblade and Blade, you can have heel tag team champions at some point, but you can use them. You can put them in a few matches, build up the tag team, and then, if they're good, and if they work together, they can become number 1 contenders for the Unified USW Tag Team Championships, and these two could be better tag team champions than Fernandez and Ringo. With me, no doubt about it. But, to me, no doubt about it, but, it all depends on what USW is planning. I know they're planning for something for the tag team division. They've already said that indirectly, pretty much. But that's pretty much how all of that could work out. Western Light and Cannon, they can, they haven't really feuded since like 2012, 2011, back in WOW, but these two can become a tag team very quickly. Number 4, Derrick Carter and Enigma. Derrick Carter signed with USW last week, and I broke the news to you on YouTube. But Derrick Carter, powerhouse, and technical wrestler, but we have no clue what his gimmick is going to be in USW, if he's going to become a heel or if he's going to become a face. The reason I want to pair him with Enigma would be because Derrick Carter and Enigma are both savvy when it comes to wrestling, just as much as Cannon. Derrick Carter, if he comes back with a darker kind of creepier gimmick versus as much as Enigma's, they can become a very petrifying tag team to anybody who steps in the ring with them, and they could dominate. I don't think that by the end of the the time the tag team division needs to be focused, I don't think there'll be a tag team at that point, because Derrick Carter has to take a break a little bit because he is doing a bunch of other personal crap, and so he's not going to be back here in USW for a few months at least, maybe a month or two, maybe 3 at least. And so with Enigma, he just came over. He's looking like he's going to be a singles competitor for a while, so I wouldn't see this tag team being developed at any point soon. But I do feel like it could happen down the line. These two could also have a good rivalry, but I'm not going to get into that. Number 3, Derrick Carter and Zach Hardy. These two have faced off numerous times. Zach Hardy came into WOW, Carter left, for we don't know why. Zach Hardy came to USW, Derrick Carter left USW. With this type of thing, I think Derrick Carter would have a gimmick of a kind of a street clothes civilian type guy or performer, just as Zach Hardy, and these two would have a great tag team. With Zach Hardy and a tag team, I don't feel it would be possible, because Zach Hardy is a singles wrestler. He's made his name known by being a singles competitor, unlike Alex Martin, who made his name known in a tag team competitor. But Zach Hardy made himself known as a singles competitor, and I don't think he would be in a tag team unless it was just like a kind of a champion and challenge, or kind of like a champion versus challenger and challenger type of match, or like an intensity match. I don't think we could see Zach Hardy in a tag team division or as a tag team champion at any point soon, if ever. But it could work out. It possibly could. Number 2, what I really want to see, Masahiro, Cannon, and Zach Hardy. Now, unlike Zach Hardy being in the tag team division, he could be in this type of tag team, and I could see it working out. Masahiro and Zach Hardy are both faces. Cannon is a heel. You can make Cannon a face. You can pair him with Zach Hardy. You can pair him with Western Light and keep him as a heel. But what you can do, which would be better, instead of all that, or you could have Masahiro, Cannon, and Zach Hardy, 3 people who have rivaled since 2010, whose rivalry died down in about, I want to say, May of 2013, which is about a year ago. Cannon and Zach Hardy went on their rivalry. Masahiro and Cannon had the rivalry. Zach Hardy and Masahiro had their rivalry. They've rivaled with each other, which could mean a good thing, such as bringing them in the tag team division. These 3 can do what they call the Freebird Rule, which is if you win the Unified USW Tag Team Championships, what you can do is you can have Masahiro and Cannon defend them at one point, and then Zach Hardy and Cannon, or Zach Hardy and Masahiro. You can have your pick of who can defend the championships, and this could be a great tag team because they were great rivals. You can make them a great tag team as well. They all match up in their own perspective, and they could just dominate. They're the 3 biggest performers in USW right now, and to bring them into a tag team and align them, they could be bigger than the four, like, as a USW type rank, they could be as good as the Four Horsemen, Evolution, the Shield, the Wyatts, Beer Money. You could have a Bad Influence. Who else? There are a lot more people that I can't even think of right now, but they can be very dominant in USW. They can be the Evolution equivalent to USW, or the Shield equivalent, or the Four Horsemen equivalent, or whoever. But that's what I think could be possible. Number 1, Zach Hardy and Marcia Guerra. Now, they've had a lot on intensity, being as Zach Hardy is the USW champion, Marcia Guerra is USW World Heavyweight champion. They're both faces. This could work out, and I feel like, unlike Zach Hardy and Derrick Carter, or Zach Hardy and Cannon, these two could be a tag team, and also be a singles competitor at the same time. They could be unified USW Tag Team champions, and USW champion and USW World Heavyweight champion. I remember Chris Jericho was with the Big Show, or it was either Chris Jericho or The Miz, and they were paired with the Big Show, and then they had the WWE Tag Team Championships, the World Heavyweight the World Tag Team Championships, and I think it was The Miz who had the United States Championship as well. So you can have them be tag team champions and also have them hold a tag team or a singles competitor or a singles championship, and also be singles competitors, as you can have them in the tag team division, dominating that and also dominating the singles competition, which would be great. Although we would leave Cannon, Western Light, and Yo-Yo Joe farther out of the picture, and they are also the 3 out of Zach Hardy and Marcia Guerra, 2 of the 5, and then Western Light, Yo-Yo Joe, and Cannon are also the other 3 out of the 5 people who are on the Legends contract in USW. And to have 3 out of 5 just fade away wouldn't be a good idea, but this, as long as you keep it steady and have Cannon, Western Light, and Yo-Yo Joe do their own thing, then, maybe even a rivalry between Yo-Yo Joe, Western Light, and Cannon. You never know. You can always put the puzzle piece together. That's why puzzles were made, put the pieces together. And I can tell you the USW creative team can do that. But anyways, guys, that was my video about my top 10 Fantasy USW Tag Teams that I would want to see. Thank you for watching. I guess I'll see you later. To everybody, please remember to like, favorite, and subscribe for more. I am Chase Clover, signing off.